By doing this one strategy, I was able to see launch results like this and this. And in this video, I am going to break down step by step how you can use my strategy to see massive results on your launch week. Stay tuned. Hey Hustle Babes, I am Chanel the Brand Hustler, and I help you build a brand so that way you can launch, grow, and scale with ease. And today we are talking all about pre-launch hype. Now, before I get into the full tea, I need to stress the importance of doing this for your launch. So first, I want you to imagine spending hours cooking for this grand dinner party. You got the whole spread. I'm talking ribs, mac and cheese, potato salad, cornbread, the whole nine. You then finish cooking, you get all dressed up, and you sit at the dinner table and you realize nobody is ringing the doorbell. Nobody is hitting you up saying, girl, I'm 5 minutes away. It's pure silence. You go and you check the history of your text messages just to find out that you've never sent out the invites in the first place. How would you feel? Because personally, I would be 98 hot if I just cooked all that food and nobody came to eat it, right? So let me know how you would feel in the comments. However, this is the importance of building anticipation for your launch. Because when you don't do that, you end up at the dinner party with a full spread and nobody to enjoy it. Now, if you're guilty of this, if you've ever popped up on launch day and said, hey, I'm opened up for shopping, come shop with me, and you haven't done any pre-launch hype beforehand, I want you to comment, I'm guilty in the comments. Don't be scared, just claim it, okay? Say that you're guilty of launching without pre-launch hype in the comments, and it's okay because you are gonna change that after today's video. Now, with the example I just gave with the dinner party, that is the perfect example of why it is important to build anticipation for your launch. Building anticipation for your launch basically means that you are getting people excited, you are getting them ready by them having them prep their wallets, having them learn more about your products. You're doing everything to make buying with you on launch day or throughout your launch week easier for them. You want them to go through the process of learning your brand and learning about your products, finding out if and why they need it, all before launch day. Okay, because once you open up shop, you want them to rush through those doors and grab what it is that you have to sell. And when you execute pre-launch hype correctly, you're gonna be able to see results like my student Kima, who brought in $500 every day for the first 3 days of her launch, and my student Charmin, who brought in a sale the night before she actually opened up shop. So trust me when I say that pre-launch hype works. Now, how you do this is easy. You create content that offers value, connects, and builds excitement. However, what I just shared actually isn't the strategy. It isn't the secret sauce at all. The strategy is giving them a place to go and then nurturing them. Now, I want you to imagine that same dinner party, but this time you're on the other end. You got invited, so you get all dolled up. You got your hair done, your makeup done, nails did, the whole nine, just to realize that you don't have the address. Would you still show up? Let me know in the comments, because I wouldn't. And if you do this to your audience, if you get them all riled up, but you don't give them a home to go, they won't show up. So what you want to do is you actually want to give them a home by directing them to your email or text list. Honestly, you can do both. Now, if you've launched before, but you haven't given them a home, maybe you generated some hype on social media, but you didn't build a list of any sort, put guilty ×2 in the comments. Because what you want to do is actively collect names, emails, and phone numbers, and then nurture them with a series of emails that not only remind them about your launch, but prime them to shop with you on launch day. You're probably saying to yourself, that sounds great, Chanel, but how do I do this? No worries, I'm gonna show you how. I'm about to share with you the step-by-step play of how you can set up your Shopify and Klaviyo. That way you can build your email list before you launch. Oh, and if you're not tech savvy, this is easy peasy. Trust me, you'll be able to do it. Grab your laptop because we are about to get straight into it with step number 1, which is creating your waitlist page. There are 3 options for creating your waitlist page, and I'm going to rank them from what I think is the easiest to the most complicated. The first and possibly the easiest way to create a waitlist page is by using the Shopify LockPage feature. It looks something like this when it's set up and designed correctly. And it's actually what I'm using right now for my launch. The second option is by using using your email provider's form feature. A lot of email providers already have a built-in form feature on their platform that you can set up and then embed on your Shopify website. Here is an example of what that looks like. Now, the third option, and possibly the most complicated option, is by using an external landing page website or by using a third-party app that you'll plug in through the Shopify app store. An example of what that can look like as an external landing page is using something like Lead Pages right here, or like I said, by using one of Shopify's apps to actually create a super customizable landing page. If you know what you're doing and tech is not something that's daunting for you, you can go ahead and use the third option so that way you can create a highly customized landing page to collect your emails and names. However, if you are looking for the easiest and possibly the quickest option, I highly recommend using the Shopify LockPage feature, which is what I'm going to show you how to set up today. But first, I have a quick announcement. The Ultimate Launch course is the only program intentionally designed to help you build a brand and market the launch of your product-based business. And yes, digital products count too. This isn't your typical how to start a business course. This is a program uniquely crafted to help you formulate a revenue-generating launch marketing plan that takes you from confused to clarity in just 90 short days. You can score launch results like these with the right strategy, taught by the right expert, and with the right support group cheering you on. By enrolling in ULC, you get access to an extensive curriculum with over 35 guided lessons to help you strategically launch while avoiding amateur mistakes. You also get access to weekly strategy workshops, plug-and-play launch templates, and a networking group chat where you can meet your future business bestie to hold you accountable. And for the very first time, all ULC students will get the exclusive opportunity to take flight and attend our International Brand Booster Retreat, where we'll sip pina coladas, level up our knowledge, and celebrate our launch wins together. Look, if this is your first launch and you're scared of hearing nothing but crickets, or if you had a failed launch in the past but know you deserve a long list of customers who are begging for your products, then ULC is perfect for you. Enroll now before doors close. Trust me, they do not stay open for long. Click the link in my description box or head over to yourultimatelaunch.com and hit enroll now. I'll see you on the inside. Now, let's get back to the video. So, what you want to do is you want to log into your Shopify store. Once you're in your Shopify store, on the back end, you're going to click where it says sales channels, and then you're going to click where it says online store. On this very online store, you want to check to make sure that it says your online store is password protected. If it already says that, it means that your page is already up, but you just haven't customized it yet. If it doesn't say that, you want to head to where it says preferences underneath online store, and then you are going to scroll to where it says password protection. You can then make sure that you set a password. If you want to remember it, you can set a password, but I actually never change the password that Shopify gives. But then you want to make sure that you check the box that says restrict access to visitors with a password, and then you'll hit save. Once you've done that, or once you've ensured that that option is actually there, you want to go back to your online store. And then you're gonna hit where it says customize. Once you hit customize, you wanna go to the top and change the page that you are viewing from home page to your lock page. So you'll scroll to where it says others, and then you'll click the password page. And on this page, you'll be able to customize everything that your potential customer will see on the waitlist page. So I have added text, I've added pictures, a little mini story, what we're all about, and I've even added an action button to follow us on Instagram. So you can go ahead and take a stab at designing it however you want. It doesn't have to be this detailed. It can very much just be whatever it is that you're promising them, and then giving them an area to actually put their email address where they can get what it is that you promised them, whether that be a freebie, a discount, or both. Now, before we continue, I'm gonna hop behind my main computer because the next two steps require a bit more elbow grease. So let's go ahead and hop straight into step number 2, which is syncing your Shopify account with your Klaviyo account. now that we've created our Klaviyo account, we are going to sync our Klaviyo account with Shopify. There are two ways that you can do this. The first way is they're gonna prompt you to connect your Shopify account when you first create your account. However, if you missed that or if you skipped that step before, you can still do it, and that's what we're going to do here today. Now, the reason why I love syncing my Klaviyo account with my Shopify account is because you unleash the power of automations. That means that if somebody comes to your website and they sign up for your newsletter list, they're automatically added to your email marketing platform. You don't have to do it manually. Or let's say they go to your website and they abandon cart. You can set up an automatic email campaign that goes to them from Klaviyo, and it'll sync that automatically because it'll be able to read your Shopify data. Klaviyo and Shopify are a match made in heaven. And honestly, they are the go-to email marketing platform for Shopify, which is why when you are creating your account with Klaviyo, they prompt you to put your Shopify link because Klaviyo and Shopify go together like peanut butter and jelly. So how we want to integrate our Shopify account is from the home page, you're going to see this, right? You're going to see your dashboard, but on the left-hand side, you're going to see some menu options. You want to click where it says your brand name and brand email. You're then going to click integrations. It's gonna pull up a page that looks like this. Don't be too startled. You wanna look in the right-hand corner where it says add integration. We're gonna click that. And then you're going to either go through all of these pages to see what other cool integrations that you can integrate with Klaviyo. One of my favorites being like Google Ads and Facebook advertising, because if you're doing paid advertising, Klaviyo can actually track the people who interact with your ads, who end up buying from your ads, who end up doing whatever action it is that you're running the ad to do, which is literally priceless, okay? But I'm just gonna search in integrations for Shopify. Then I am going to click into Shopify and it's gonna prompt me with these steps. Now, before you start filling this out, there are two important things for you to know. One is where it says sync data from Shopify. This is where Klaviyo is saying, we will sync your Shopify email subscribers to Klaviyo. Moving forward, anybody who subscribes will be automatically added to Klaviyo. It doesn't matter where on the Shopify website they subscribe at. If it is a Shopify newsletter input, they're gonna be subscribed to Klaviyo. And so this is golden. This is the gold. This is what you want to make sure that you have checked. The next thing that you're gonna see is you can sync your Shopify SMS subscribers to Klaviyo. So you have the option to collect SMS on Shopify in multiple places. You can either collect it once people have ordered with you at the back end, or you can alter your forms on Shopify to ask for SMS as well as email, as well as name. All of that stuff can be edited on Shopify on the front end. And so whichever way you collect it, Klaviyo can actually pull it. But in order for us to do this, we need to make sure that we set up SMS through Klaviyo first. And boom, now my SMS is set up. The next thing that you want to make sure that you do before you actually fill out all this information and sync it to Shopify is you want to make sure that you create a list where all of your data will go for right now, okay? So I have already created a list called Launch Waitlist because everybody that's pulling from Shopify right now will go there. Another list that you may want to create is something called New Email Subscribers. And that is really, really cool to do because then they can automatically go to your welcome series. So once my shop is open for business, I'm actually going to create a list called New Email Subscribers. And I'm gonna switch this integration to send them to new email subscribers. But because I'm doing this all for launch, I'm setting it up to go to my launch waitlist. So first thing you wanna do is copy your Shopify URL again. You're gonna paste it at the top where it says store URL. You then wanna read this on-site tracking disclaimer. You're gonna make sure that this button is checked. If you are doing SMS, you wanna make sure that this button is checked as well. Right now, I'm gonna select launch waitlist once again. We recommend choosing different lists, Okay, let's just do SMS subscribers right now. Then it says, do you want to sync data to Shopify, sync profiles, all that type of stuff? Yes, we want everything to sync. You can decide whether you want all profiles to sync, including new and previous profiles, or if you just want profiles that only exist in Shopify. I recommend just doing all profiles so that it can operate its best. And then we want everything to sync down here. Every single thing, so leave everything checked. Then we're gonna hit connect to Shopify. It's gonna load. have to go through Shopify and approve everything. Then we're gonna hit integrate, and it is going to load and do its thing on the back end. Boom, now our integration is actually set up. This right here is telling you that you need to go through on the Klaviyo app on the back end of your Shopify to make sure that you have things set up correctly. So now when you go to apps, you're gonna see Klaviyo, and when you click it, it's gonna automatically open up your Klaviyo account, okay? So with that being said, now it's pretty much set up. Oh, one thing that I forgot is you want to make sure that you turn off the double opt-in for your list, okay? So you wanna go to settings, and you're gonna click where it says consent, and you're gonna put single opt-in. What double opt-in does is it sends an email to the person that they then have to say, yes, I subscribe to this email for them to be added to your list. You want people to be automatically added to your list without having to jump through extra hoops, and people are gonna expect that whatever they signed up for, they're gonna get immediately, that there's no extra step that they need to take. So make sure that you change this. All right, so as you can see, the emails are now on the list. I had to go through a few hoops with this, and it's because I'm using one of the newer Shopify themes. If you're using an older Shopify theme, or if it's being custom designed for you, you shouldn't experience this problem, but pretty much it is set up to go to newsletter. And for me to be able to set it to my launch waitlist, I have to edit some code, which I went on the back end and I did afterwards, but I saw that it was initially set up to go to newsletter, so I just changed the opt-in settings to go to my newsletter, and then I'm gonna just change the name of my newsletter to new subscribers, or even launch waitlist for right now, and I'll call this new, so I know this is different than the other one. But yeah, so if you don't know how to do code and you're using like a newer theme, just have it go straight to newsletter and then rename your newsletter. And then make sure that when you go to integrations that it pulls the new name for newsletter in here. And so as long as it does that, it should work fine. And that's it. Important tidbit. Once they're on your wait list, do not leave them in the dark. You wanna make sure that you are nurturing your audience by sending strategic emails and text messages. You can share things such as sneak peeks, behind the scenes, your brand story, anything to keep the anticipation high until your launch day. And these should honestly be automated. It is way less stressful that way. And I am going to show you how, which is why step number 3 is to set up your flows on Klaviyo. Let's get into it. All right, so now that you have created your Klaviyo account, you synced your Klaviyo to Shopify, you've uploaded any contacts that you've already had, and you started to set up your brand on Klaviyo, the next thing you want to do is start working on your workflows. Workflows in Klaviyo are pretty much automated email campaigns. So there are different terms for them in the business and marketing world, and different platforms will call them different things. Klaviyo calls their email campaigns flows. So if you go to flows, you're going to then see that you have a bunch of templates that you can start with. So when you click flows, you're gonna see that there are different templates. You have welcome series, which is what we're gonna create, abandoned cart, which is what goes out when somebody abandons something on your site. You have the SMS welcome series because you wanna do one for both email and SMS, or you wanna have a combined flow that combines both email and SMS in one thing. You have browse abandonment. The difference between browse abandonment and abandoned cart is that browse abandonment is when somebody looks at something and doesn't add it to cart, whereas abandoned cart is them adding it to cart and then not checking out. And those two work hand in hand. You have a customer thank you, which is after people purchase from you, thanking them and building loyalty and rapport. You then have a product review and cross-sell. So pretty much this is if somebody has bought something from you in the past, it will cross-sell them into something that's similar. And then customer win back is if somebody has bought something from you way in the past and you want to re-engage them, then you can use the customer win back. They have a bunch of other ideas as well. When you click view all of the flows, you'll see a bunch of stuff pop up. But I'm gonna go back to this page because the main ones that I recommend are all on this page. So there are 3 main series that I recommend you set up. Welcome email series, thank you email series, abandoned cart email series. And like I said, pre-launch email series is very similar to welcome series. So when I say that, I'm talking about both. But I say you should set up the welcome email series because you want to nurture your customers once they join your list, let them know what to expect, and welcome them to the community or to the tribe, and really tell them more about your brand, about your products, and get them primed and excited to actually want to shop with you. Abandoned cart, because like you see here, it says every 7 out of 10 carts are abandoned. If 7 out of 10 carts are abandoned, and you never do anything to recover them, that's a lot of money that you're leaving on the table. So I highly recommend setting up an abandoned cart series and not just relying on the email that Shopify sends out for you, because that's like a one-time thing. You want to set up an entire series that spans over a few days, so that way people are reminded. Not annoyed, but reminded. You then also want to do the thank you email series, because after someone purchases with you, the goal is for them to refer you to other people, for them to leave a review, for them to, love their experience with your brand. And so sending them a series of emails and text messages after they purchase with you is golden to do that. Okay. So that's the 3 main emails that I recommend. I do have a video where I break down each of these and what they are, as well as why I recommend them, and an overview of what should be included in them. So I'll leave that link either on the screen or below as well. You can honestly just go to my YouTube channel and search email, and you'll see the email videos that I have pop up, and that is one of them. But pretty much, let's go into act as if we are creating a pre-launch flow. So you can either create a flow from scratch by hitting this button up here in the top right-hand corner, or you can use one of Klaviyo's templates for you. So when I click this, right, it's gonna walk me through the steps to set this up. So I wanna select a trigger. Triggers are pretty much when people do a certain thing, you want them to be added somewhere on your email marketing platform. So let's say I want when people join my launch waitlist new, that's the trigger, right? Because this is for our pre-launch welcome. I then get to say, okay, will I be offering a coupon? Yes, I will. I'll be offering a coupon for launch day. And so all new signups right now will get a coupon. In the future, when I launch, I'm going to put new signups who have never purchased will get a coupon. But right now, all new signups will get a coupon. And then I can have a unique coupon code be set up for every subscriber, or I could create my own code. The difference between these two is a unique code is going to be something that's automatically created. So it could look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next person might get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Maybe on this page, it actually has examples so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see, like this. So you see how it's like a bunch of different letters and numbers combined. That's what a unique coupon code would be. But if you're like, girl, I want my coupon code to be branded. I want it to be cute. I want it to look something like this, where this says use code just for you, or use code hustle babe, or whatever. Then you want to create what's called a static coupon code and then use that code. Now, I'm not going to type my actual code here because you need to join the pre-launch list to get a code. But let's say I'm going to call this test 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to say save 0% because we're not saving anything. This is a test code. Actually, let's just do save 10%. Entire order. Then we're going to hit next. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what's a good code to have for a welcome email? What's a good code to have for my pre-launch email series? Then you need to make sure that you are actually buying some of my ebooks or enrolling in my courses over at the Brand Hustler. So for Hustle Babe University, I have digital products where we help you brand, launch, grow, all of that stuff. So it's a mixture of physical and digital products, but the ebooks obviously are digital, and there is an ebook called the Ultimate Launch Guide. And in that Ultimate Launch Guide, I talk through how to have a successful launch. Now, obviously, books can only go so deep. So if you are watching and you're like, I need the step-by-step, play-by-play, I need somebody holding my hand, then you want to check out the Ultimate Launch Course, ULC, that I offered through my other business, the Brand Hustler LLC, okay? So the Ultimate Launch Course is a program that takes you through basically branding and launching within 90 days. Anyway, so then you can set up like coupon reminders and all that type of stuff and yada, yada, yada. So I'm just gonna hit next. But what it's doing is it's basically walking me through all the steps to use the template. So because the template includes a coupon, because the template, includes such and such, I need to set all those things up first. Then you see that it starts to build out over here. Okay. So now it's time for us to go through, and then we're going to actually edit the email and all that type of stuff too. So right now I'm using AI to do it. So AI is going to create emails and all that type of stuff for me, but I don't trust AI. I would definitely edit this yourself. So like this says, "Hi there, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining. Here's da-da-da on your first purchase." Like that's obviously not my brand voice and not my brand tone. So we want to make sure that we actually go into this email and edit the email. Now I teach my people the exact emails to send and what to send in them, as well as how many emails, because sending one email is not enough. So if I wanted to add another email, you would basically click over here and then drag it to where you want it to be added. And then you would go in here, edit the subject, preview text. Then you will be able to select a template and create your emails and all that type of stuff. So pretty much that's how workflows work. And then once you select a template, you're able to then edit these templates in Klaviyo. Now, the last gem that I am going to give y'all is I highly recommend designing your emails somewhere else and then loading them into Klaviyo. You can design this for yourself on Canva. You can buy a design from a designer. You can buy a design from other places. But I highly recommend that, so that way it's on brand. Some of the biggest companies that you know of actually use platforms like Klaviyo, and they have really put together emails. So for example, let's say I wanted to search pretty little thing email. Let me show you what their emails look like. If you want an email that looks like this, you're not designing that in Klaviyo. You're designing that somewhere else, and then you're importing it into Klaviyo. If you want me to do a video on how to do that, I can do that. This, however, is something that I want to master first before I teach it. I know how to do it, but I feel like I haven't done it enough to teach y'all all the hacks and tricks. I should have it down packed in a few weeks. So if you guys do want me to do a video on it, on how to create your own and how to upload it to Klaviyo, I can definitely do a video on that in the near future. But let me know if that's something that you want to see. If you are a student of mine or a client of mine, you have the ability to learn from me right now as I learn all of these new features, tricks, hacks, all of that. So if you are enrolled in any of my programs, if you're in the membership, or if you are in the Ultimate Launch course, or if you work with me one-on-one as a 6-month coaching client, and you're like, "Chanel, teach me this right now," just please hit me up either in our group chat or hit me up on our in our personal chat, and let me know that you want me to walk you through this, and I will walk you through it the next time we meet. Now, what I just broke down for you is a slice of your overall launch strategy. In order to have a successful launch, you must consider your goals, timeline, offers, pricing, and more to develop a creative strategy. Now, if you're stuck on how to do this, you should definitely check out this video where I pulled back the curtains to show you exactly how I developed the launch strategy for my new brand. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you know that it can help. Check out my Instagram @thebrandhustler, as well as my TikTok @thebrandhustler as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, Hustle Babe.